Hi, my name's Martin, and welcome to the Upgrade Your Day podcast. But he's meant to be meditating or something.
He is.
And I think they're crystal balls.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think he bought that one for me because he said I look like that one.
And you're cross-legged, as you do. All the times you cross
Even though
your
I never
legs.
meditate cross-legged, but still, he thinks that's what I do.
You meditate more like this one, the pride flag beard one.
Oh,
with
yeah,
your
but
heart,
that was...
hands
someone
and
sent
heart.
us that. Yeah, there should be a gnome festival.
I bet there is. I
you
would be
reckon there is?
surprised, yeah. But I think there's a festival for everything now.
A gnome festival.
People
We should
dress up
Google
as
that.
gnome. Bet there is. I feel like I want to do it now, but it might take a few minutes if people get bored.
So, I am here with my producer.
Well, hello.
That's very posh.
Yeah.
Now, I think, Carly, I've not introduced you at all, have I, yet?
No, I'm in the back of the book.
You're in the back of the book. If you've got the companion, it's available on my website.
That's it.
There you go.
You do a clang of my name every now and then in your lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always giddy when you do, like, oh, my mum's listening. I do enjoy that.
You do all the lovely stuff that I get bored with and lose patience with and throw my laptop out the window. You're the one that goes and gets a laptop, picks it back up and does...
I'll do it then, shall
Yes,
I?
you do the good stuff.
We should say we're outside for this one.
We are. So we're outside today. So I've just got back from Glastonbury Festival and we're sitting in the sunshine in the garden.
Isn't it glorious?
Because we thought, this being a festival podcast, it'd be nice to just be outside.
Yes.
If we get distracted, we just have to go with it.
Yeah, we'll hear a couple of planes and we'll hear some birds, and you're on the river, so we've got...
Yeah, well,
glorious...
we're in Windsor, so we get planes going over every 30 seconds from Heathrow or something like that.
It's not too much of an obtrusive sound, hopefully.
Yeah.
We're not near a road.
No,
so
why
it's nice
they'd
and
build a
calm.
town around an airport? Who knew?
That was a crazy decision. But yes.
But yeah, so we thought we'd do a little podcast about festivals, about what it means to us, and... well, the fact that I've just got back from... oh, hello, look! This is Betsy.
Oh, Betsy.
My next door
And
neighbour's dog's
Luna.
come round. Hello! This is Betsy and this is Luna. So these are the ones we're looking after later.
friends.
Hello, how are you? Aren't they gorgeous?
Can I say hi to the mic?
Different shades of brown.
Nice sniff.
And now you're stuck under the table. Hang on, you've got to go that way. Under the
Okay, then,
table.
go on that
That's
way.
way. Go on then. There you go. Go on, Betsy.
We'll see you later.
See you later. Oh, bless them. Look.
Oh, no,
They don't want to go now.
I like it here.
So there you go, you see?
Real life.
This is we're outside.
This is real
what
life.
happens.
It's what we want to hear.
Exactly. Got back from Glastonbury. Oh, now you're being attacked by a wasp.
Fine, I'm calm.
It's fine.
Just going to tell it gently to go away, please. Very mindful, go away. So you've got these lovely flowers in here. It's going to happen.
I know, exactly. And do you know what? Carly, everyone, bought me so it was about 4 Christmases ago, for my opening night of Panto, she bought me a Christmas tree, but it's one of those ones where it came flat packed in an envelope, and then you have to sort of pull the branches out. You get a little tub of a little container of soil, and then you get the little canvas bag and you set it all up, and it had baubles, and you get a little lights. And I've kept it, and it's in the garden.
You planted it.
It's in the garden, 4 or 5 years old. Here we are. Let me show you.
believe
Look,
it.
it's
Oh, look, it's a bit dry.
it's kind of, the top is still going, the bottom is
It's still
completely
alive.
naked. Yeah, but it's in there.
It's in
about
there.
5 times the size.
I've seen it around Christmas time. It looks a little bit fresher because it's got all these beautiful summer plants keeping it in the shade now. But
it's a really
Still
lovely
going.
gift to get someone, actually. It's like a little Christmas tree in a box. It's quite cute.
yeah, it stays forever.
Yeah, and it's a real one, so you can go out and plant it, no fakery or anything like that, so...
Yeah,
nice.
I like the
Anyway.
beautiful time.
We should talk about festivals.
Should we? Should we do that then? You've just
So-
come back from Glastonbury.
Back from Glastonbury.
First time in a couple of years.
First time since 2019, my 5th performing it, and I've worked out, I think it's my 15th Glastonbury.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Out of all the times you've gone as a punter and as a performer.
Well, back in the day, I think, crikey, so we're talking back in the 90s, what used to happen was if you lived within the postcode, you used to get a free ticket.
Amazing.
That's obviously stopped now.
And that's where you grew up.
And that's when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And then used to do, I think they changed it to Sundays. If you're a local, you got in free on a Sunday. So you could look around. But what people don't realise is when I started, all the outside security, so obviously back in the day people used to try and jump the fence and so on and so on. So what you do is you'd have security at your house. That was part of the deal, because it's in a village. It's, you know, there's so many people around the festival site. The deal was, if you want us to sign off that you're having a festival, we need security in our garden to secure it, because people come in and facilitate their garden. No, what do I mean?
They come in and
fornicate. No, not fornicate in the garden.
Maybe they did back in the day. Free love everywhere.
They might fornicate in the garden.
Yeah. What do you mean?
What am I trying to say? They do stuff in the garden. It ruins people's pee. They pee in the garden.
Okay.
What's the word?
You're going to say defecate.
Defecate, that's it. Facilitate, defecate and fornicate in the garden.
All happening in Glastonbury. So they wanted to stop that.
They wanted to stop that, so they'd put a couple of people on a gate, 24 hours for a week.
And every house in Glastonbury?
Well, not every house, but in the village, because it's in Pilton.
Surrounding...
It's not actually in Glastonbury. It's like on the outskirts.
Okay.
So every house or farm, a lot of people's people put up tents randomly.
Yeah.
But back in the 90s, remember, people tried to get in and jump fences and stuff. So it was a very different to what it is nowadays. Now it's quite middle class and quite like the proms, as they say. So it's a very different world. But the idea is that all the local charities, schools, primary schools, even like your amateur operatic societies, they'd all do it. So if you needed to guard someone's house, you might have 20 or 30 people doing 24 hours for 7 days. That's a lot of money you can bring into your club or association.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I used to do as part of a carnival club. I know. And we had to look after a farm, because I follow Shakespeare's sister, who I was a huge fan of in the 90s. I'm on their Instagram, and they posted that they headlined the Pyramid Stage on the Friday night in 1992. And I remember looking after a farmer's area and being up on a hill late at night, so it would have been headlining. And every now and then I got a waft of Shakespeare's sister coming from the Pyramid Stage, and I thought one day I'm going to actually get into that festival. And then, 30 years later, I'm actually in it, performing in it. Not on the Pyramid Stage, of course.
I'm sure they'd have Basil on there.
Yeah. And it was really fun, because it was those days people were trying to jump the fence and trying to get in, and it was... Oh, my dad would bore you with stories.
Did you never try and jump the fence then yourself?
No, but the fence is like 10 foot high. And then after that 1 year when they flattened the fence and about 100,000 people got in, it was mad.
Yeah.
Now they got a fence, and then they have a gap for patrolling cars, and they have towers with people in them, and then another fence.
Fort Knox?
Fort Knox,
wow.
Yeah, because they can't let that happen again, because obviously then if there's too many people, it gets...
Yeah, they need to do crowd control now.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I've been doing it for so many years, and it's lovely. But to be inside performing, and even the kids' field where we were performing, it's so lovely, because it's just such a beautiful place for kids. People are surprised when they know there's a kids' field at Glastonbury.
Yeah.
There's like 900 people run it that put it together as part of a team, and we just have the best time. And the camping's great because we're backstage. It's clean because it's the kids' field. You've got to be careful.
And you glamped this year, didn't you? In your Winnebago.
I call it a Winnebago.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It is a nice camper van.
Yeah. And that view, you put the picture up of that view, like it's nothing like it. What a dream view. I said you should print it. That needs to be on the wall.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely stunning.
We're very lucky. I've done many times camping, never as a punter. I don't even know if I could do that. But I think this year we thought, right, let's get the camper van in and treat it as a holiday. We were there for 9 days, so it was lovely. And I think that's what's great about festivals, is the fact that there's this element of whether you're camping in a camper van or in a tent, you're somewhere different. There's a different energy, and Glastonbury Festival has the most amazing energy. Everyone says it. There's something special about it. And unlike a lot of festivals in this country, they're still trying to make it quite organic. So, for instance, the oil drums is bins, and there's artists that go in and paint them for weeks and weeks beforehand. A lot of festivals now just have the big industrial containers, which makes sense. But Glastonbury's try and keep that traditional side to it, which makes it really special. And obviously for me, the healing fields, the green fields, it's just something else. You could spend your whole time there in the healing fields and feel like you've done everything.
That's what you were saying about the kids' field. Not many people know about it when they just hear about Glastonbury on TV. We're just watching the main stages and seeing Zoe Bull on BBC. Yeah. But there's so much more to it.
So much more. I think they said there's 87 stages, and yet the BBC show 2. You know, so you've got, and in the theatre the theatre and circus field, even with that, there's the outdoor circus, the indoor circus, there's a circus stage, there's a circus platform. There's so much to see. It's like a festival within itself.
Yeah.
Like a circus festival. You'd be happy if you went there for 5 days just for that.
I bet people do.
Let alone everything else, you know. So it's beautiful. And actually, I said this to a lot of my friends, there's 200,000 people that go, ends up probably being about 280,000 with crew. And yet there's this feeling of just more this year than ever. Everyone's just there to have a really good time. That energy of everyone is just there to have fun. And that's really special, actually.
And a sense of, finally, we are having fun.
Yeah.
We can just relax. It's been so long.
And I've said it before about how myself and Bruce, we just held hands all the time. And we'd never do that. Like, every time we got up, we'd hold hands. And it's not that we can't do it walking down the high street where we are here. It's just, there's something about it that just doesn't quite seem right, especially in my head. It just jars. And if it does, then that's my truth. That's how I feel. But at Glastonbury, there's nothing, because nobody's going to judge you or do anything, because nobody wants to be arrested or thrown out the festival, because people have spent a lot of money to get there for the ticket. They don't want to be kicked out because their friends are here. You know, it's not going to happen.
So really, you've paid for the privilege of being free and secure and safe and just happy. And everybody wants to feel the same way. And
I think there was something like, the police reported 5 days that'll be a plane from Heathrow. Over the 5 days of pretty much 300,000 people. I mean, how many town centres is that on a Saturday night? There was 70 incidents.
Wow.
70.
And they just called it incidents. It's just
incidents, yeah.
Nothing major, nothing
major.
Sinister.
70 incidents, which just goes to show it. You just feel so, because there's so many things to look at. There's people walking past dressed as all sorts of things. So no one's interested in me and Bruce holding hands. Of course not. Which most people aren't anyway. But there's just something about being there. You just feel really safe and secure, which is a really odd thing to say amongst 200,000 people, that you feel safer than you do walking down your own high street of an evening, of a 10 o'clock at night. But I think that's isn't that interesting?
In the grand scheme of things, though, when you think about the amount of people there are in this country, 200,000 isn't actually a big chunk of those people. It's less than 2%, I think, something like that. Less than 1% even. I don't know maths very well. But all those people want to go for the exact same reason. To be free, to have fun, to relax, and not have any worries. And that everybody's walking around just because they're so happy to be there.
Exactly.
It's just that overwhelming sense of it.
And just loving life. Whatever's going on in your own life, whatever problems, we all have problems, we all have things to deal with. Just for those few days, everyone can just chill out.
Regardless of where you come from, you're all there to have a good time.
Different atmosphere, different area, different environment. It's about having a good time, which is what festivals, I think, is great. I did actually do a bit of research, Carly, to be honest with you. I know, me, research. I've not got it on my phone now, but it said something. There's thousands and thousands of festivals in this country, and you forget about all the little festivals that happen, all the little events. And I think that's what's really important, is people like being outside in a different environment, and that's what a festival is. It gives something special.
It's a kindred spirit feel as well. Even if you don't know all those thousands of people, you're all there for one particular reason. And Glastonbury is a very widespread sort of festival you go to all to have a good time. They've got the mindfulness side of it and all the music. But then a lot of those festivals, they're all niche as well. You get the vegan festivals and the R&B festivals and everything in between, you know. And just Gay Pride is one of them as well. That's counted as a festival. And you all know you're there because you're coming from one specific place, and it's the feeling of community that we all strive for in this life, is just to feel part of something.
And even our local pub do a festival, and all they've done is put on they have a beer festival, and they've put on a couple of extra kegs from the brewery and put 2 bands on a Saturday night instead of one, and it's suddenly a festival.
Well, the actual Windsor and Eton Brewery Festival, I think, is this weekend.
Just
saw some pictures all set up. They've got tons of gazebos and it looks glorious.
But just adding that word festival, it gives it a little upgrade.
That's it.
Gives it keep on brand. It gives it a little lift, and it just makes us feel. You make an extra effort, don't you? And so you should, because people go to a lot of effort to organise festivals, as we know. How you even begin organising Glastonbury, I have no idea. Because even in all our own little worlds, so much happens. How do you even manage that, you know?
It's definitely a few people's full-time jobs now.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's all they do.
I mean, my dad, back in the day, one of our jobs was to do the car parking for behind the pyramids, so backstage.
Wow.
So whether they were like the BBC crew or they were stage crew, we had to park them up. And it was it was quite funny because even in our little world of parking people up backstage, that weekend was just so much happened. And there was so much organisation and paperwork and things to deal with. How does it even,
For that one little section.
For that one little section, there was just chaos. And my dad, he once come back. I've got to be careful what I say here, but he did once come back saying, "Here, I've had a cup of tea with that Mark Owen." And I was like, "What?" We had Mark Owen. He was in some band or something. I was like, "Dad,
Brilliant.
he was in Take That." "Oh, well, I've had a cup of tea. I've been telling him all my stories." And I don't know how it happened, but that's what you get when you do places like that. Everyone kind of like mixes in together.
Yeah.
And I bet, I don't know what Mark Owen thought about spending an hour with my dad having a cup of tea. But people just mix and people mingle and they do their thing. Once, my dad come running back saying, "I've just had to save someone, they're covered in blood, I need to get an ambulance." I was like, "What?" And he said, "Oh, that fella from EastEnders, his missus, she's trying to climb over the fence." And I was like, "You're kidding." "Nope, she's cut all her hands on the wiring." And I was like, "Why is she climbing over the fence?" He said, "Well, she said to me, I'm doing what everyone does at Glastonbury, climb over the fence." And he said, "Yeah, but you're climbing out of VIP, darling. You're in VIP. What are you climbing out for? Most people climb in it." She went, "Well, I'm doing what everyone else is doing." He said, "She was off her head. She was off her head, Mark.
I've got to climb a fence, that's it. Doesn't matter what fence it is, I'm off."
I was like, "Oh,
Wonderful.
my God, that was a whole drama."
What a volley.
Like, honestly, that weekend, I will never forget it. Sometimes it's just as much fun working a festival.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be.
than
Yeah,
it
of
is
course.
being a bunter.
Yeah. Sometimes even more by the sounds of it.
I know. Yeah. But do you know what? I think it's one of those things where if anyone can get to any kind of festival, doesn't matter what it is, sometimes it might not appeal to you, it might not be your cup of tea, but do you know what? Just do it, because you never know. You might have an absolute hoot.
You do say that about the festivals you've been to, especially Glastonbury. Like you'll go off and see who was on main stage this year. I think it was Billie Eilish. And like, well, we're not even going to try, and you ended up
Yeah.
somewhere random.
So I came away from Glastonbury with the love of this Sky Dome and the performer Griff.
Griff. That's that musical. She's singing musical artist.
So I'd only known one song, Black Heart, which is brilliant. That's the only song I know, and we didn't have much to do. She was on the John Peel stage. I said, let's go and check her out. Let's just go and watch 50 minutes of Griff. Well, even Bruce was like, she's fantastic. She was absolutely brilliant. And that's what I love about festivals and people like that, is you come away going, I need to Spotify her. Forget the Upgrade Your Day Spotify playlist. Let's get a bit of Griff on as well.
Is she on the playlist? Have you
She's
added
not.
her?
We need to add her.
There we go.
We need to add. Oh, talking of wind chimes, here's my little wind
Lovely.
chimes going here, because I've got wind chimes in the garden.
Little birdie
now.
wind chime.
Have a listen.
Beautiful.
How relaxing is that?
Lovely.
I want to fill the garden with wind chimes, but I'm not quite sure my neighbours will be very happy about that.
You could always check every time you get one. Go, I've got this one. What do you think? And then set it up. I think
yeah.
they'll be very happy with it. Maybe get them some.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's a lovely little spot you've made here.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I like this new table you've got in the corner there.
Thank you very much.
Catch the sun.
Nicked that from somewhere, don't know where.
You did what?
No, I didn't.
Brought it back from Glastonbury.
And obviously we got our gnomes, because Bruce likes gnomes, and
He's got
people
a look of
know
a gnome.
he likes gnomes, so they keep buying us gnomes now.
He's got a bit of a look of a gnome sometimes, that's
Yeah.
Bruce.
He does look a bit like a gnome.
Yeah.
We got an Elvis one now, even though neither of us is the biggest Elvis fan. And this one here, so this is what we put on my social media.
Yeah.
So it's a gnome. I'll explain him. He's cross-legged with his hands out, and he's holding his balls.
Holding his balls.
Yeah.
But they are
And at night they
crystal
glow.
balls. Yeah.
They glow a lot. It's literally like planes from Heathrow divert to our garden, because those
That
balls
explains
glow.
so much.
They glow a lot. But he's meant to be meditating or something.
He is.
And I think they're crystal balls.
Yeah.
I think they are. So I think he bought that one for me, because he said I look like that one.
And you're cross-legged, as you do.
I'm
All
cross-legged.
the times you cross
Even
your
though I
legs.
never meditate cross-legged, but still he thinks that's what I do.
You meditate more like this one, the pride flag beard one.
Oh yeah,
with your
got
heart,
that one's off.
hands
Someone
and
sent
heart.
us that. It's madness.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, there should be a gnome festival.
I bet there is. I
you
would be
reckon there is?
surprised. Yeah, I think there's a festival for everything now.
A gnome festival.
People
We should
dress up
Google
as
that.
gnome. Bet there is. I feel like I want to do it now, but it might take a few minutes. People get bored.
Because I think, I reckon everybody should have their own festival. As in, if I had Martin's birthday party, people go, oh, right, yeah, party. If I put Martin's birthday festival,
absolutely,
right, instantly, even you're smiling, like, what is that all about?
It's quite a big thing in weddings. People do the theme of festivals, and there's so much out there to buy for it. And you can do the pop-up tents and the bouncy castles and all the stalls you can rent to come down for your festival wedding.
And all it is giving your party a little upgrade. So you've still got the barbecue, all the food and the drinks, and you've still got a bit of bunting or whatever. But you might do that little extra thing that gives it that little boost, makes you different to everyone else.
It's just that one word that changes the vibe of something. It changes the way someone will feel if they're going to a festival. It's going to be festive, and we're going to have such a good time. We'll probably wear a few more flowers in our hair. We'll do some face painting. It's not just someone's birthday party. This is a festival we're going to.
So I reckon the next time you organise an event or you have anything that you can put the word festival at the end, do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Having Christmas dinner festival. What else do you do?
A Christmas dinner festival. Well, that's going to be amazing.
You got your car MOT today, and Bruce has gone to go and get it. He's having a car MOT festival. Got back with a funny hat on. Had a bit of bubbly when I was
to be honest, if he walks past a Greg's, he will be having a festival, because he'll be in there getting one of those vegan sausage rolls left, right, and centre. He'll have his own little festival walking down the road. Yeah, he will. That's a good point, actually. He'll probably stop for a pint. There you go. He's had some food, he's had a pint, and he's had a nice walk. It's like a retreat festival. Get in the car.
But it's funny, the power of words when it comes to something like that, and how you use certain words and it just makes you feel something different, and a bit more, you can relax in a different certain way when you're going to things or doing something. Like we talked about in the past, when we were talking about Upgrade Your Day, talking about retreats and talking about away days and discovery sessions and stuff like that, and it's all about changing the language and how that makes you feel, and being festive is just the best one.
Because it's odd, isn't it? Because when we go to a wedding and you meet relatives and they always go, oh, we never see one another, or even a funeral usually, isn't it? Like, oh, this is the only times we see one another, why don't we arrange something? And no one ever does, unless it's a wedding, because you feel like people have put a lot of effort into a wedding, there's a lot of money probably involved, and you feel like you make an effort because someone's getting married. But if you were to go, we're going to have a family event just for people to get together, people wouldn't have that same passion about it. However,
absolutely,
if you said a family festival, people would go, ooh,
when
are we doing that?
Yes.
God, that's a good idea, isn't it?
You can do a family
genius idea.
You're definitely going to do the Upgrade Your Day festival. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
You don't even need to plan anything. You just say it's Upgrade Your Day festival.
Yeah.
Have some flower things for your hair, lots of wind chimes.
Get my paints out, stick a bit on your face, done.
Perfect. Someone playing guitar in the corner.
Now, if we do an Upgrade Your Day festival, people, please don't think we're just going to get the paints out and stick a bit of glitter on our face. No. We would make a big effort.
It will be festive.
Very festive festival.
Very festive festival.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that says a lot, actually. I think that says a lot about the way we are. We only make an effort with something that looks like it's been made an effort with. So by adding an extra word,
that's it. It makes you change everything.
Yeah.
Like, you're off at Edinburgh Festival next couple of weeks.
Edinburgh Festival.
And it's a festival. It's not in a field with lots of stalls.
Yeah.
But it's the idea of celebrating something that everybody's keen on, everybody loves, which is performing arts and comedy, all in the same place. And you can just chill and relax. And I've been to Edinburgh once. I went to join you for a week in 2019. And it's honestly the most joy I think I've ever felt, just being around everybody who just wants to have a laugh.
Because you get a chance to see show after show after show after show, and they're all 50 minutes long. And it's like going to a comedy night, isn't it, where you've got 5 or 6 comedians on, and you know that if you're not keen on the first one, the next one you might prefer, and it's just a string of
fun. Or an open mic night, or a beer festival. You're going with the idea that you'll probably enjoy some of it, but you get to discover something that you may not have thought about before. That's got to be the key to festival, I think. So
tonight I might say to Bruce, I'm going to cook you a
where is this going?
No, we're going to have a festival dinner.
What's a festival?
No, a dinner festival.
Dinner festival. Now that sounds like a lot of work.
A roast dinner festival.
Roast on a baking day like this. You're going to do a roast dinner festival tonight.
What is that? A roast dinner festival.
That's all the roast dinners from across the world that you'd never have thought of before. A different tipple for every course. But that's what a festival, isn't it? I think we've tapped it there. It's the discovery of something you kind of know that you like, but all these other elements to it that you would never have thought of before. And you're walking away with this whole upgrade to your idea of a festival and a weekend
right back
away.
To having an upgrade.
That's it.
The word festival is basically an upgrade, which makes complete sense of this podcast now.
Then you also need to upgrade your budget for that dinner.
Yeah, there is that.
It's not going to be cheap.
But there are ways around it. Well, you know, when you do a Christmas dinner, I don't know about you, but for instance, if we do roast dinner in the year, if I do carrots, might boil them, but I might roast them, right? With a bit of oil, fine. Christmas Day, they're covered in honey, they're covered in sesame seed, because I give them a little upgrade because it's Christmas Day.
They've gone in for an extra long roast.
Brussels sprouts have got chestnut. I put the chestnuts in them. I'd go that little bit extra.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
Because it's festive. Festive has to come from the word festival. They have to be connected. It's when you're celebrating whatever it is that you're doing at that point. Yeah. It's a festival, and you can have one at home.
Exactly.
You can have one with 10 people, 2 people.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing tonight, everyone, add the word festival, and I guarantee, even if you're having a bath, I'm going to have a bath festival. Oh, what's that?
Whoa, where have we gone? What's happened?
A bath festival. Wow, what happens there?
There'll just be lights and pumping music come out your bathroom, and Bruce will be like, are you okay? I think we're going down the line of party.
Yeah.
But the word festival and the idea that we'll come back round to is that it's an investment in upgrading your life for joy.
Yes.
It's going to a festival to be festive, to celebrate whatever it is you're going off to.
Yes.
And honestly, in the big grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money when you're just... Even Glastonbury, I know it's not cheap anymore.
No.
But the value to your life you're getting out going to these festivals.
Yeah. Well, we just said, we turned that working trip, really, into a holiday.
Yeah, because you knew you could.
And we were allowed to go a few days earlier. So, of course, Glastonbury site, before people arrive, there's still a lot there because you've got 80,000 crew. But it just felt lovely, and you could walk in the little shops and cafes and food stores. A lot of them were open, but you could just chill. And we turned it into a holiday.
Yeah.
And we turned it into a little breakaway.
I really loved that this year you turned it into sharing it with your audience, sharing it with the upgraders.
Yeah, so
and we got to
morning,
see behind the scenes.
Every morning I did a live at 7 a.m.
And they're all still up and available, so go and watch them. They are a joy.
They're still online.
Bruce pops his head in every now and then.
Yes,
with his hands tied behind his back. You're doing it.
Yeah, that was really lovely. And it was nice to get up at that time and just wander and just see it before other people turn up and before it gets all crazy. So it was lovely. It was really nice. But I think the message for this podcast is put festival at the end of everything and see what happens.
Just have a go. Even if it makes you laugh, that's upgraded your day straight away. When you've thought about how I can make having a bath a festival, how I can make walking the dogs a festival, put a funny hat on and walk the dogs. Put a little funny hat on the dogs.
Oh God, we haven't even had any wine yet.
I know, yet. We're celebrating with some in a bit, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a joy. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for doing your producing work and helping me with the companion and helping with all things upgrade your day. There's lots of exciting things to come.
Oh yes, very excited for the rest of the year.
It's very, very exciting.
And the year to come. We've got 12 months kind of on the cards now of stuff that's happening. So
and we've got some lovely podcasts coming up as well. We've got some really... we've got some very interesting ways to upgrade your day, things that you might be interested in and haven't really thought about going any further. We've got some podcasts where we explain and we delve into things that you might not have thought about, and that's going to be fun.
There's a few special ones I'm really looking forward to, and I really do love where you come from with this, because it's stuff that you're kind of interested in but not sure. So what a joy that you're getting to come and show us all these people that you're meeting,
exploring, discovering in my own little festival world.
Oh, here we go.
I
don't think we have to drop that word now.
It's going to be a long week. Well, thank you, my darling, and thank you everyone for listening. And as always, I do have to say this because if I don't, Carly will literally kick me. But if you'd like to leave a rating or you'd like to review the episode, please do. It helps with everything. And
share it. If you can share it with someone who you don't think has heard about this before, and you'd like them to get a little touch of what Upgrade Your Day is about. Maybe it's something they've spoken to about with you before, or something that you think they would love. Share it. Just send it to them on their phone or share it on their Facebook page. Share the festival love, people. And you can message me at Martin, Martin at where am I? Upgrade. We haven't had wine, I tell you. We're having a festival already, don't need it. Martin at upgradeyourday.co.uk. Send me a message, anything you wish, and see you on the next one. Well done. Thanks a lot. Right, where's that Kylie Minogue rosé?